Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks, sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. I go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat the stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm gonna talk about the stuff. I'm gonna let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff. That time I'm doing this, folks, I'm not gonna lie. I just woke up about half an hour ago, so boy oh boy do I hope that these next two reviews help me out a little bit. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's a super simple format. I'm gonna go over there, I'm gonna try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck, and whilst I'm doing all that, folks, oh, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. And folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today, folks? What happens to be my my Bloody Wood shirt. Yay! Specifically my 9-inch non-tour shirt. Yay! I love this shirt. Specifically, I love this shirt for a couple reasons. Well, a few reasons. One is because it is of the fantastic Indian folk metal, new metal band called Bloodywood, who I've been a fan of for basically ever since they really started to break out on an international scale a few years ago. I absolutely love what they do. I think they're a fantastic band. And I was fortunate enough, I've been able to see them twice now live when they've come over here to the United States. And this was actually their very first tour in the United States, so that makes it extra special. Plus, I like that it's called the 9-inch non-tour since I'm a 9-inch Nails fan. And on top of that, when they came over for their very first tour, their Chicago stop was the very first tour date that sold out, and I'm very proud of that. I like these guys a whole bunch. So much so, obviously, I got some merch. I've also gone over there and gotten some video of their performances that I've attended. Those videos are on this channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I could point you in the right direction. I think they're a really good band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? Why is it hopefully going to help me out? Because like I said, I got up about half an hour ago, and I was like, oh man, I need to get in, at least a couple of reviews because I've been slacking the last couple days. I was like, ugh. So, I went into my fridge, and I was like, I got the perfect thing. Boom, it's Frappuccino stuff from Starbucks. This specifically is Starbucks Frappuccino chilled coffee drink with oat milk. This is the caramel waffle cookie flavor. Yay! I'd actually seen that this was a thing for maybe at least a couple weeks or a little bit more now. And I've been meaning to get around to it, just hadn't happened. And finally, I just had the opportunity a few days ago. I bought it. I was like, cool. And I woke up today, I'm like, this ought to help, right? So let's go ahead, shake it up. We got to get a thing for the thing, folks, because it's sexy like that. Nah, the lighting is terrible. Looks like this. Ha 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 ha! Sure. All right. I love a Frappuccino, man. I'm not even going to lie. Smells good. Ooh. Smells good, is good. That is, yeah. I'm a fan of this, man. That's just hitting all the flavors that I wanted to. So, it's definitely, and it's nice. Like, I like the way that they blended the flavors, because it's got a nice caramel flavor to it. Then, you got this sort of waffle cookie flavor, which gives it almost sort of like a little bit of a maple aspect, like just a little bit of a kind of maple sweetness to it. And then you just got this nice, coffee flavor. It's nice. It's got enough of a coffee edge that it's still, undeniably like a coffee product and everything like that. But at the same time, it's still letting all the other flavors do what they need to do. And then it's just very nice and smooth and creamy and, probably from the oat milk. That's really good. I really like this a lot. I mean, me personally, I got nothing against oat milk. It's not my go-to thing. Like, if I'm going to get some milk, I'm going to just get some normal milk. But I don't take any issue with it as, like, something to be added to coffee or whatever, used in the right circumstances. And I actually tend to like beverages that use oat milk. Again, it like adds in a nice, very sort of creamy texture to it. And I think this works really well to that effect. Yeah, this is a really good one. It hits on all the things I wanted to, and it's got a nice blend of, because, like, if you've watched my channel, I've reviewed plenty of coffee related things. I'm not a huge, like, straight coffee person. I'm more of a coffee adjacent person. I like coffee when it's got enough shit crammed in it that it barely tastes like coffee. But realistically, I do still want there to be a coffee aspect to it. And I like the fact that with the way this is done, you get a multitude of flavors, but fundamentally it's still a nice coffee drink. And, so you get those different elements of, sort of the caramel. Actually, I think is probably like the most, like, cohesive element to the whole thing, because it's got both a sweet and somewhat of a bitter aspect, because you can do that with caramel, or caramel, however you want to pronounce it. So it kind of links the sort of, again, kind of quasi maple-ish flavor. And again, like, I'm not saying it's like a heavy maple flavor. It's like a different type of sweetness. It's, kind of reminds me a little bit of an earthiness to it. Yeah. It's sort of, the caramel kind of acts as almost like a go-between the somewhat slight bitterness of the coffee element and the sweeter element of the waffle cookie aspect. So, yeah, this is a really smart drink. I really like it. I think it's really tasty, and I like that it's a really unique flavor. I'm down with that. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I mean, for me personally, I'm gonna go with yes and kind of yes. I think for me, it hits really nicely. It's a lot of things that I like in a coffee beverage. It's not so coffee that I can't really get behind it, but at the same time, it's not, like, so ridiculous that I would qualify it as just being a straight dessert drink. Like, it tastes like a coffee with, some flavored creamer in it, basically, but just done up a little bit. And I like the flavors that they're using. I'm personally a big fan. I like, not only do I like contrasting flavors, if you watch my show, but, I'm a big fan. I like maple as a flavor, so I like that element's there. It just, yeah, it's a really nice one. I'll say this, I don't think it would be my favorite of the Starbucks Frappuccino flavors, but, like, it's a noteworthy one. It's not one that's just falling by the wayside, or one that I'm just gonna be like, eh. No, I like this one, and I think it, because it has enough personality behind it, I can definitely get down with it. If I'm recommending it, though, kind of. First and foremost, the oat milk aspect. Like I said, I like that it adds, like, a nice creaminess to the whole drinking experience. But I know there are some people out there who either haven't experienced or maybe feel some sort of way about it. Here's what I'm going to say. I honestly don't think that you're going to notice to any significant extent. Like, it's there for sure, but, like, if you're just drinking it and just enjoying it for what it is, it's not worlds apart from just what a, standard Starbucks Frappuccino is. Again, it's just more of a textural thing. Just has a little extra creaminess to it. But in terms of the flavors otherwise, that's why I'm a little bit more about it to recommend it, because the flavors are so distinct. I could see some people not liking it. Like, it works for me, but, if you don't like that maple aspect to it, that's not going to be something you're going to be into, because it's not punch in the face, but it's prominent throughout the entire drinking experience. Also, obviously, if you're more of a strict, like, black coffee drinker, what have you, if you're a serious coffee individual, obviously this is going to be your jam. But what I will say is this, it's probably going to be a limited time item. Give it a go. You might surprise yourself. In, worst case scenario, you waste a few bucks. Maybe go over there, save the rest of it for somebody who will like it, because I do think that there's a good amount of people who would properly enjoy this. So, anyway, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your folks. Go over there, have yourselves a truly waffles are great-tastic rest of your life, because waffles are good, man. I actually have some waffles in my freezer that I need to review, and I need to go over there and review some syrup that I bought at some point. But it's just, like, waffles aren't hard to make, but it's just making things. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time, I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Folks, not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. And when we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back. Try to mitigate the level of assholesness in our lives. Hopefully, do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, what's your favorite flavor of Starbucks Frappuccino? Do you have one? Do you not have one? Do you just not like the drink at all? I'd be really interested to, hear your opinions on it, because it's a drink that's, it's just been going. I don't think it's ever been discontinued. Flavors have been discontinued, but I don't think it's ever been discontinued as a product. It's obviously done extremely well for Starbucks, and I know for myself, I was a fan right from the get-go, man. Like, as soon as these things came out, I was like, I want to try those, and I've loved them ever since. Me personally, I like the mint mocha, but I wish that they would go over there and bring back just the straight mint one. They used to have one they do for Christmas that was just straight mint, no mocha. And they haven't put that out years and years.